Alright, for this tutorial I'm going to quickly go over how to open a file. There's a couple ways of doing it. The two ways I'll show you is, first way is if you go to the folder where you have your photos. I'll just choose the composition project. Let's just choose a raw photo. Anyway, I can select a photo, right click, and then say open with Photoshop. That's one way of opening a file. Another way of opening a file is within Photoshop. I can click File, and that's on the top left. This is the way we'll open our files. File, Open, and then we'll select where. So I'm going to say on my desktop I have my Photo 1 folder, and we'll choose a photo from the composition project, and I'll just choose one of these raw photographs. So let's just say this is the photo we want to use. I'll click Open, and that's going to open up the file. Most of your photographs are shot with JPEG or as a JPEG, and so you won't get this thing that pops up. I shot my photos with a Canon, and it was a CR2 file, and it opens up Camera Raw first. It allows me to do some edits. For now, I'm just going to click Open. We'll talk about using Camera Raw and stuff later. Alright, so now my image is open. Let's say I did some edits to it. I'll click this crop button, alter it, press enter. Alright, so I've done some edits and I want to save this as a Photoshop file. To do that, I'll click on File, Save As, Save to your computer, and then I'm just going to choose where I want it. I'll choose my desktop in the Photo 1 class, and you know what, I'll rename this file. Instead of being IMG 2895, name it whatever the project is. In this case, I'm just experiment, or I'll do test. Right? It's a test file. Right here, if I want to create a folder to put it in, just click on that, and I can create a folder. I'll call this test folder. Press enter, and now I have a test folder there, and then I have my file named. And right now it's a JPEG. I want to save this as a Photoshop file, so where it says Format, I'm going to go over to JPEG, click Photoshop, and yours might be under something else, but I'll choose Photoshop and then click Save. Now if I were to look at my desktop in my Photo 1 folder, let me minimize this. There's the folder I created called Test Folder. And then when I open it, there's my test Photoshop file. You know it's a Photoshop file because it ends with .psd. Now let's save this same image as a JPEG. So I'll go to File, Save As, Save to your computer. It's in the same location, right? If I wanted to double check that I'm putting it in the right spot, I could click on the desktop, Photo 1 class, test folder, and then I know I'm going to the right location. I shouldn't have to make another folder this time, right? I've already created that folder. I'll leave it called test, but now under Format, I'm going to select that and go down to where it says JPEG and click Save. And here is where some students try and do really high resolution. They're like, oh, I want this to be the best. Well, now it's gone up to 7 or 5.7 megabytes. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is change the file size to maybe an 8. I'll click OK. And then now I'm saving the file as a smaller file size. And it will, if I open up that folder and I go to my test folder, there I have both the JPEG image and the Photoshop file. Okay, that's it.